It started last month. My husband's little secretary swiped my card dry and mocked me as nothing but a useless trophy wife right in the middle of a high-end French restaurant. I cut off her card on the spot. She couldn't foot her massive bill, was utterly humiliated in front of everyone, and the manager held her in the back office under security watch until the police threatened to press fraud charges. Julian found out. He just chuckled and tapped the bridge of my nose. Come on, Alara. Aren't you a little old to be acting so jealous over a little girl? You made her a laughingstock. He didn't yell. He didn't even argue. He acted like the whole thing never happened. Until tonight, my birthday. Julian insisted on taking me to a private dining room at the city's most exclusive French spot. He ordered course after course, caviar, wagyu, and a dozen bottles of vintage Bordeaux. He claimed his elite circle of friends would be joining us shortly. Sit tight, wifey, he whispered, pressing a quick kiss to my temple. I need to take a quick call. I'll be right back to celebrate with you. I waited. The ice in my water glass melted. The waiters started clearing empty tables. Closing time hit. No friends showed up. No Julian. I pulled out the sleek black card to settle the astronomical bill. The manager swiped it, frowned, and slid it back across the marble counter. Miss Alara, this card is frozen. Frozen? Julian gave me that card. Before we left the house tonight, he took my personal cards out of my clutch. He swore tonight was all on him. I actually fell for it. I thought I had hit the jackpot with a truly understanding and generous husband. Now, my phone screen stared back at me. 30 missed calls, straight to voicemail. If I couldn't clear this check, things were going to get ugly fast. The manager's polite customer service smile vanished, replaced by a cold, hard glare. Do you have another form of payment, Miss Alara? He tapped his pen against the leather check presenter. I'll remind you that we don't do tabs here. You made that perfectly clear to us last month, didn't you? My stomach dropped. Last month. Chloe, the declined card. A sickening realization clawed its way up my throat. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a setup. Julian set up this whole night just to get revenge for his little secretary. Click, clack. The sound of sharp leather heels hitting the marble floor echoed from the entrance. I whipped my head around. Julian strolled through the grand archway. His arm was locked tightly around Chloe's waist. She glared at me, her lip curled into a vicious, triumphant smirk. A whole entourage of Julian's rich buddies poured in behind them. They crossed their arms, phones out, eyes hungry for a train wreck. Alara, Julian's voice echoed, dripping with condescension. You love punishing people by cutting their funds, right? He stopped a few feet away, tilting his head. So experience it. Tell me, what's your plan now that you're the one holding the empty bag? The crowd behind him erupted. I heard she grew up dirt poor. Just some charity case who got dumb luck bagging a CEO. Now look at her. Hubby brings the shiny new upgrade to watch her crash and burn. Serves her right. That's what happens when you rely on a pretty face to climb the ladder. Exactly. A sugar baby's shelf life is short. The second a rich guy finds a younger obsession, the luxury ride is over. My fingernails dug into my palm. Sharp crescents of pain grounded me. The humiliation burned like acid in my veins, making my ears ring. As I guessed, Julian dug this massive grave for me just to let Chloe blow off some steam. Julian guided Chloe to the table right in front of me. He pulled out a velvet chair for her with exaggerated politeness. Don't worry, Chloe, he murmured, loud enough for the entire room to catch. Exactly the way Alara humiliated you. I'm going to pay it back tenfold. Chapter 2. Chloe's face lit up with a sickeningly sweet smile. She threw her arms around Julian's neck and smashed her lips against his. Thank you, Julian, she purred. Then, she turned her venomous gaze to me. Alara, you're nothing but a useless trophy wife. What gave you the right to cut off my card? Without missing a beat, she snatched a full bottle of vintage Bordeaux from the table and hurled it straight at my feet. Crash. Glass shattered across the marble. Deep red liquid splattered up my bare legs and speckled my face. Look at you, Chloe cackled, her voice grating against my eardrum. Julian is paying for me now. I can smash 100 bottles and he'll cover it. But you're screwed. Julian leaned back, a cruel smirk playing on his lips. Don't glare at me like that, Alara. If you actually have your own money, feel free to settle the bill and walk out. The peanut gallery of trust fund bros howled with laughter. Like she has a dime to her name. Those truffles and open bottles alone cost more than her life. She's trapped. She's been living off Julian's black card since day one. Take the billionaire away, and she's just another broke nobody. The smirk vanished, replaced by a predatory glare that swept across the dining room. Let me make one thing clear. Anyone who dares to cover Alara's tab is my enemy. You cross me, you cross my family's entire empire. The clinking of silverware and hushed chatter instantly died. Everyone in Manhattan knew Julian's family controlled half the city's real estate. No one possessed a death wish big enough to defy him. A few business partners I maintained good relations with had started to shift in their seat, reaching for their wallet. At Julian's threat, they froze. They quickly sank back into the velvet booth, avoiding my eyes entirely. Whispers hissed through the restaurant like venom. He's not bluffing. The man is ruthless. The side piece definitely outranks the legal wife. Talk about a brutal downgrade. I thought he was just teaching her a lesson, but he's actually destroying her. With a threat like that hanging over her head, who's going to save her? The buzzing in my ears escalated into a deafening roar. My vision tunneled. I marched forward and grabbed the lapel of Julian's custom Tom Ford suit, my knuckles turning stark white. Julian, I choked out, my voice shaking with raw disbelief. Are you seriously humiliating your own wife in public over a pathetic little pick-me? Julian sneered. His arm swung back. Smack. The sharp, stinging impact snapped my head to the side. Yes, a metallic taste flooded my mouth. The restaurant spun into a nauseating blur. My hand hovered over my burning cheek. I slowly turned my head back to face him, my lungs forgetting how to take in oxygen. 3 years playing the perfect, untouchable power couple. He had been the one who relentlessly chased me when I first moved to Manhattan. I remembered his eyes at the altar. I remembered his voice trembling as he vowed eternal loyalty, swearing on his life to protect me until his dying breath. Just 3 years. Every vow, every tender memory shattered. He destroyed it all with one cold, calculated stunt. The whispers were right. Marrying into extreme wealth with nothing but a pretty face meant signing away your dignity. The moment a younger, shinier obsession caught his eye, the luxury ride was over. But Julian was missing one massive, fatal piece of the puzzle. I didn't marry into his family for their pathetic bank account. I didn't need his money. I married him because I loved him. Chapter 3. My vision swam, red hot and fractured. Julian didn't even look at my bloodshot eyes. He casually pulled a crisp linen napkin from the table and wiped the hand that had just struck me, like touching me was a disease. You knew my little secretary was my favorite favorite, he sneered, tossing the crumpled napkin onto the floor. But you just had to push it. He leaned forward, his voice dropping to a lethal pitch. Alara, if you can't clear this tab, I'm having my security strip every piece of designer fabric off your body. You will walk out of this restaurant naked. The room erupted. Vicious, greedy eyes raked over my body. Ruthless. He's literally stripping his wife for the new girl. Not his wife for long. By tomorrow, she'll be street trash again. Shut up and watch. A group of older Wall Street executives in the corner leaned forward. Their gazes felt like sandpaper against my skin. Let's see if the gold digger actually has the body to back up her attitude, huh? Heat crawled up my neck. My chest tightened. Every calculated move finally clicked into place. He had taken my cards before we left the house to lower my guard. I dug my trembling fingers into my clutch. My phone was dead. He planned every single second of this execution. I had nothing but the silk couture clinging to my back. Clock's ticking, Alara. The restaurant needs to close. Chloe chimed in. Don't tell me you actually have zero cash. She pulled a slim cigarette from her purse and lit it. Taking a long, dramatic drag, she stepped right into my space and blew a thick cloud of toxic gray smoke directly into my face. What a shame. I guess you're going to get locked up in a precinct for fraud. Exactly what you did to me, remember? The acrid smoke burned my eyes. Something inside me snapped. I lunged. My hand connected hard with her face. The cigarette flew, scattering ash across the pristine white tablecloth. Glasses shattered as total chaos broke out. Get her off, Julian roared. He grabbed Chloe, his eyes frantic with concern. Before I could land another hit, his massive bodyguard slammed into me, grabbing my arms and hurling me backward. My knees hit the hard marble floor. Pain shot up my spine.